giving him the ball. You let him be that. Nominally.
Ben Simmons with the rock. To Embiid. Has a look. J.J. Redick. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
And they called the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Time to shuffle things up. Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
Simmons to Embiid. Joel Embiid. 3 for 4. Good start.
Joel Embiid looking to take his game to a completely different level after working out with one of the best trainers in the league this offseason. An all-star for the first time last year, averaging 23 points. Safe to say, no longer trust the process. Joel Embiid is the process.
Aaron Baines at the line. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. And a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Both coaches dipping in. Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question marks with Toronto. Kawhi Leonard, does he really want to be there? Oh! Out there looking like the Dikembe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
That's usually one that he'll knock down.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Rozier not going down here. Fultz with the basketball. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Fires the 3. That won't go. Great feed. Sets it up. Slams it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Smith now into the front court. They're down 3. Here comes the screen. Fultz. Deep left corner. To Fultz. To Redick. Fires the 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Straight on three. At the buzzer. That misses with a second to go. That's it for the first. A good start to this one. All tied up as we start the second. Philadelphia with the basketball. Markelle Fultz to McConnell. Brown into the front court. He'll run the offense. Inside, he scores.
Scary Terry was born during the playoffs last year. He helped Boston achieve what many critics, including myself, thought was impossible without superstar teammates being healthy. He's a pit bull defensively, so quick laterally with a strong upper body frame and a great center of gravity. He plays with a ton of grit and determination, and that's just what you need in a depth guard who can answer the bell when called on.
To McConnell. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Gets it in the right corner. Rozier. That's off the side of the rim, no good. The follow won't go either. Sixers control it. McConnell to Embiid. And finishes strong.
Now that the process has been established, it's going to be fun to see how much better Joel Embiid can be this season. Everybody heard about his arduous offseason workout program, but the thing I love about him the most, he always works on his game, even if he's dunking on random fans on vacation.
Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. One will perceive that Ben Simmons has already won a championship when that has not been the case. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. Simmons to Embiid. Off the assist.
Can we take a second to talk about the most gregarious personality in the NBA? We don't trust in the process. No. We're beyond the process. Joel Embiid has emerged as this generation's Shaquille O'Neal, and he's done it in a variety of ways. He's a dominant big who doesn't shy away from the physicality of the game. Probably the reason why he was up for Defensive Player of the Year. And also, he has a personality that baits you into a conversation, whether you like it or not, and he's pretty hysterical. This kid is going to be a star in the league for years to come, and you better pay attention to what he has to put down.
Sixers have the basketball. Al Horford able to recover with the block. That's his first of the game.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
He throws it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Just off the mark.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Okay. You don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Won't go. He can do better than that. Here's Simmons with it up top. Up 5. To Embiid. Boston secures the rebound. Brown with it up top. Final minute, first half. Lets it fly from long range. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
McConnell. Couldn't keep it in. Out of bounds off T.J. McConnell. New blood coming in for both sides. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. From long range, smothering D. To Simmons. For three, that's off the side of the rim, short. Kyrie across the timeline. Down just a couple. Kyrie Irving. With that, he's 5 for 9.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Celtics. Straight on three, at the buzzer. So we head to intermission all tied up in what's been a tight one from the start. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Celtics are locked in a tie after 2 quarters. The long-range shooting has been outstanding, and if they can keep it up, it's going to open up more things for them offensively. Have a look at the leading scorers. The 76ers will start the 3rd quarter with a tie on the scoreboard. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets.
Game traffic. Bench points.
The NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today. Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
It's Ben Simmons controlling the offense. Redick goes to the right side. Baseline drive. Short jumper. Won't go down. To Horford. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw's good for Irving as he finishes off the three-point play, adding to the Celtics' lead. Simmons with it. His guys down 3. Nothing going here on that drive. Simmons. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Easy path to the rim. Kyrie Irving won a championship with Cleveland. He won a championship for Cleveland in that Game 7 at Golden State. How is he influenced as a player by that title?
Well, I thought he learned how to win at a really huge stage. But Kyrie's always been a leader of his own movement. At times, his voice may have been suppressed because of LeBron James, but there's no doubt about it. When you look at the young players on this roster, when they all rock Kyrie's, you know who the leader of the team is.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To Redick. J.J. Redick. 4 out of 7.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Here's Irving into the front court. Up by 3. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. The follow won't go either. Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Jay, it's amazing what can happen season to season. Celtics last year, no Gordon Hayward, no Kyrie Irving. They go to the 7th game in the East Finals. Now, they have a load of expectations entering this year.
Don't forget, Marcus Smart was in and out last year. This team won 55 games after losing one of their star players in the opening game of the season. Now you think about when you have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, who really came into his own in the playoffs, Terry Rozier, who became Scary Terry, probably a guy that can start in the league but now has to play a backup role behind Kyrie. This team is locked and loaded, and they're the favorite to win the East.
To Jaylen Brown. There it is, Al Horford. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
This 11-year veteran has emerged as a uniquely stabilizing force for any team he plays on. He may not ever win a prize for his fiery oratory, but his steady demeanor is part of what makes him invaluable.
Irving brings the ball up court. Joel Embiid.
Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay.
Just incredible.
Here's the whistle. Intentional foul.
To number 7, Jaylen Brown. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Short jumper misses. Into the front court, it's Irving. 2-point advantage. Shakes free and hits.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Looking to make something happen. Oh, Ben Simmons. Not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Curling inside. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Irving. And he'll head to the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Kyrie Irving at the line. First free throw is good. It's a second. One more coming. And he hits all 3 free throws. Fultz into the front court. His guys now down by a point. A drive, but he can't get it to go. The follow won't go either. Fultz with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Kyrie with the rock. To Rozier. Beyond the arc for 3. Defense all over Rozier. Can't connect. Fultz. Lays it up and in.
There's certain guys put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Hayward to Rozier. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Gordon Hayward at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 82%. The free throw is good. It's back to a 1-point game. Fultz into the front court. He'll run the offense. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. Irving. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Markelle Fultz. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
3 quarters complete. The 76ers have the lead. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this 4th and final quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Terrific vision. Slam dunk for Markelle Fultz.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Philadelphia with the basketball. Markelle Fultz. To Embiid. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Irving. He was all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Irving with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. To Horford. Amir Johnson sends it away. Second block in this quarter.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Celtics have it. Here's a chance from long range. And Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough 3-pointer. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Irving.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. And he connects on the first free throw. Missed the middle one. One more coming. No good. 1 for 3 on that trip. Fultz with the basketball. Up 6. Markelle Fultz. He's now 5 for 6.
Everybody knows the story about how Markel Shot really struggled last year. I got the cure. It's called amnesia. Last year never happened. This year is the only year that matters. Let your game continue to establish itself, and your game doesn't have to be what it was before. It can have its own new dimension.
Embiid. Not that time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Kyrie Irving at the line. And hits the first free throw. Gets a second to go with one more to come. Knocks down all three at the line. Simmons brings the ball up court. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This guy has posted 12 triple-doubles in his first full rookie year. That's his second most by any rookie in NBA history while leading his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. But how about this? When's the last time we said the most effective player maybe in the league has a glaring weakness? He was 0 of 11 from the three-point line for the entire year, did not make one three-point shot. And how about free throws? He shot 56% from the free throw line. You know who shot better? Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan. But with all that being said, this young man still finds himself in a position to be one of the most dominant players in NBA history.
Fultz into the front court. Up 5 to Embiid. Inside, he scores.
Old school equals high percentage.
Boston with the basketball. Irving. No good. That's great.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Robert Covington with the strong finish.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Irving into the front court. His guys down by 9. Shot from in close, no good. Fultz. Now a steal by Philly.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Irving won't go down.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Hayward. Irving buries it on the catch and shoot.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
To Redick. To Embiid. And a throwdown.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark. Celtics come away with it. And the finish. Slam dunk. The Sixers are victorious as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
I beg man, shut up. Let me see you, darling. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Now bet you can. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Now bet you can. My mommy said I could be anybody. I said I want more money than no money. Break bread with that guy who made the Bugatti. Lifestyle is get money on everybody.
Good evening from Toronto. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Grizzlies have long departed Vancouver. The Raptors are Canada's team. And right now, one of the most consistent in the NBA. The Celtics begin the game with the basketball. Jay, it feels like our heads are spinning, thinking about what the Celtics are going to put on the floor, let alone for Brad Stevens. But you look at this group, what impact it has on, say, a Jason Tatum, a Terry Rozier, and beyond.
There was a lot of talk in the offseason about what's going to happen to Jason Tatum's minutes. He was second on the team in minutes last year due to the fact that Gordon Hayward went down. But this is an abundance of talent issue for Brad Stevens and Celtics fans. You have so many interchangeable parts. Shimi Ojale can play a lot of minutes. Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Morris. The names go on and on and on with the interchangeable wings that can all defend and score. That's a great problem to have.
Like I said, our heads are spinning. To Irving. Kyrie Irving, good start. He's made his first shot. Kyrie Irving won a championship with Cleveland. He won a championship for Cleveland in that Game 7 at Golden State. How is he influenced as a player by that title?
Well, I thought he learned how to win at a really huge stage. But Kyrie's always been a leader of his own movement. At times, his voice may have been suppressed because of LeBron James, but there's no doubt about it. When you look at the young players on this roster, when they all rock Kyrie's, you know who the leader of the team is.
Tatum shot misses.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Jay, what do you make of the pressure on this franchise? A whole country is watching.
For Masai Ujiri, it's all about outlook because perspective is everything. And pressure makes diamonds, my friend. So if you're Ujiri, you're throwing everything at the wall and you're seeing what sticks. Even hiring old staff members of the San Antonio Spurs who are very good friends with Kawhi Leonard and Jeremy Castleberry over to the staff to try to get him around. Because the goal is to win now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Celtics have it. Irving. Fires the three. His first effort off the mark. Danny Green. Jonas Valanciunas, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Celtics come away with it. To Irving. Inside, he scores.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Lowry with it. He'll run the offense. Ibaka, you could see Serge salivate. Wide open, he drills it.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Irving. He engulfed him that time. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That won't go. Here's Irving into the front court. Down 3. For 3. That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Boston with the basketball. Kyrie Irving, 3 for 6 now.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Into the game for the Boston Celtics, number 13, Marcus.
Good. Off a spin. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
A lot of contact, no whistle. Marcus Morris snatching it out of the air. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Lowry's been an all-star 4 straight years, but I got a real question. Who is Kyle Lowry? Right now, it seems like a serviceable guard. In order for Kyle Lowry to be the guy that Kyle Lowry knows he can be, it's time to take that game to another level, my man.
To Irving. And the finish at the rim.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors.
Here we go.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
If he keeps playing like this, we all may believe that the earth is indeed flat.
And that's what you love about Kyrie. He's constantly probing. He's probing on the court by maintaining his dribble, and then also probing off the court with saying lines like the earth is flat. The fact that that was on the cover of every magazine, the headline of every social media title, goes to show you that Kyrie is great at hijacking your amygdala.
Lowry into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. And Jay, they call the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Celtics have it. Greg Monroe.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Has a chance. Hayward with a shot, no good. And it's off the rim. Came so close to draining that one from 3/4 court. But that'll do it for this opening period. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Wide open look, won't go. To Irving. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This 11-year veteran has emerged as a uniquely stabilizing force for any team he plays on. He may not ever win a prize for his fiery oratory, but his steady demeanor is part of what makes him invaluable.
And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Team foul number 1.
Jay, how do you even begin to try and describe the whirlwind that is the Toronto Raptors?
Well, you start with the positive. Last year was the first time in franchise history they were the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And then you think about them losing in the first round after they lost the first game. It was essentially over, to firing their head coach, to losing their best player. And here we are, this team still having a chance to win the Eastern Conference again.
To Irving. Trying to cash in. Horford's shot won't fall.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Celtics have it. Irving. Offensive board. There it is, Al Horford. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Kyrie Irving at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 87% from the line. Got it from the line. Leonard to Van Vliet. Leonard. Off the iron. No good. To Marcus Smart. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big-time play.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
Accepting non-perishable food items for the homeless in our community. Our thanks go to those who have already participated in this community.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
To Marcus Smart. 4-3. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. From the painted area, won't go down. To Rozier. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Scary Terry was born during the playoffs last year. He helped Boston achieve what many critics, including myself, thought was impossible without superstar teammates being healthy. He's a pit bull defensively, so quick laterally with a strong upper body frame and a great center of gravity. He plays with a ton of grit and determination, and that's just what you need in a depth guard who can answer the bell when called on.
Jonas Valanciunas, 3 for 3 in this first half.
Valanciunas giving you that size, giving you that length, a guy that can extend the defense. But you kind of forget that he was the 5th pick taken overall in 2011.
Toronto with the basketball. Fred Van Vliet. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, for a long time, I've been calling JT a young Paul Pierce because of his isolation moves, in particular in tight spaces. With fadeaways, step backs, whatever you want, he has. Now, that came from watching him a couple of years ago play at Duke Fantasy Camp in the summer. He was going against Jabari Parker for 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row, he gave Jabari the business. Now, this young kid was not even a freshman in college and was scoring any way he wanted to. And you knew that he was destined for success in the league. Danny Ainge got the steal of the draft.
Oh, he can't connect. Fred Van Vliet to Leonard.
Here we go.
Jason Tatum able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Has a look. Smart shot, no good. To Leonard. Fires There's the three. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for three.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Hayward. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Almost, and he's not getting the call.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
Slams it down.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Time expires to end the first half with the Celtics in front.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
For the Raptors right now, it's twofold. Not just winning with Kawhi, but trying to keep Kawhi.
Well, in order to do the latter, one would think that if you win with Kawhi now, you can keep Kawhi, but I don't believe that can happen. I think Toronto has to look at this as a one-year lease. You have to get as much out of Kawhi as you can. The goal is to win a championship, and the goal is to win one now. Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Danny Green. Lets it fly from long range. And the rebound taken by Brown. Hayward. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
From the outside, no good. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. From long range.
To number 17, Jonas Valanciunas.
Marcus Smart at the line.
Team foul number 1.
Knocks down the first. Knocks down the second free throw. And he missed it. 2 for 3 on this trip. It's the Raptors with the basketball. Short jumper stays out. Beyond the arc for 3. Smart is tough. He loves those kinds of shots.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
To Jaylen Brown. Here's a chance from long range. Brown with the 3 with a hand in his face.
This is